playback, thank you for doing so. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like the video, look through my playlist, titled Say It Like It Is for previous live streams and talk shows and stuff like that. And also, if you haven't, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and select the all option so that you are notified whenever I'm on a live stream like this, and or whenever I upload a pre-recorded content, so that you're up to date. Even if you're not able to watch it right away, you are pretty much notified and stuff like that. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Smash that like button. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Hey, Isla, what's up? Welcome to Storytime. For those watching for the first time, Storytime is basically a segment called Say It Like It Is. It's part of a segment called Say It Like It Is, where we discuss eclectic topics that affect us, within the Black community. People sometimes also, most of the time they send me their stories. I could also jump on a trending topic. The premise of all of this is so that we can hopefully learn one thing, one step at a time, and get better as a collective, group of people. So yeah, all good on this side of the pond. That's what's up, man. So yeah, once again, welcome to Storytime. Okay. Very quickly, I must say this. For those that are, what's up, Dinah? For those that are waiting to hear from me regarding their Ifa divination, please, I say nicely, please be patient, okay? I'm working tirelessly in the background, and the reason for the slight delay was there was a surge in the demands from people, okay? In case you're watching and wondering what's Phrankleen talking about. So I have a service. Very soon I'm going to have a website for it, for the Ifa divination, where basically, because I'm a proud practitioner of Ifa, so the divination allows you to look into your predestination, Akosajai, on this planet, or you can just take pressing questions before Ifa. It could be about relationship compatibility checks. It could be about where you are, why exactly were you called into the universe, what you want to do with your life. It could be about your children, anything. Of course, with the exception of asking Ifa to help you make some blood money, or help you fraudulently steal money or steal somebody's wife or husband. There was a woman that was saying, Phrankleen, my a friend of mine is dating this man. He's a very good man. Can you talk to Ifa? It is, to point that man in my direction. I know I'm a good woman. I would look after the man. I just blocked the email address, because if I decide to reply that woman, I think you know the rest of the story. So yeah. So that's not what the practice of Ifa is for, not trying to snatch somebody else's man and all of those silly things that the universe will eventually come after you. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're interested in Ifa divination, just bang me an email, foodchannel1960@gmail.com. You can always, so when the website goes live, hopefully in a few days, I'll let you people know. If you're waiting to hear back from me, because sometimes some people have to do appeasement, sacrifices, 822 and all that. So it kind of slowed things down. There's a lot of administrative stuff, and I'm trying to make sure it's not a process where you rush. Every single person is important. It's spiritual stuff. So you can't cut corners. You can't rush things. You dig. Sometimes somebody wants to do divination for 2 questions, and Ifa absolutely uncovers something else about their life. You dig. There's a man who asked the other day, can I move to Nigeria with my family because I want to go start farming? And then Ifa completely uncovered the fact that He has issues with the elders of the night. He has to do this sacrifice, this. That's why this. Should he go to Nigeria now, he will end up losing one or two of his children in a pre-planned spiritual car accident, if you understand what I'm saying. So these things are quite sacred. They're very, very important. So I'm having to deal with that man and a bunch of other people. So, hence why things slow down a little bit. I hope you understand. So bear with me. Now, welcome to today's show. We're about 5 minutes in. So, this man, he's here in the UK. He's a Nigerian by roots. He sent me an email and he said, Phrankleen, I am facing this, palaver. I'm facing this problem. This is my life. I have regrets. So he said, it was quite lengthy. He must have typed it blinded by emotions or very angry, but I was able to flesh out the important parts and to bring it to you guys. So without further ado, so this guy, back in Nigeria, he was working in the financial sector, right? So he was earning up to seven-figure sum. So just to put things in perspective, seven-figure sum start from ₦1 million and above, okay? And with honest reference to this gentleman's email, he said, monthly, I was bringing home more than 3 point something million naira. And that's even excluding, benefits and other things. So now, he was doing fine, according to the email. So the wife too had a small scale buying and selling, business. He said, Phrankleen, I had built from my job within the financial sector and all the extras he was getting on the side. He said, I quickly built a house. We were living in a nice 3-bedroom bungalow. They had 2 young children. They were going to a lovely school, according to him. He said, I was driving a 4x4. I was a Toyota Highlander. He said, my wife too had a Toyota RAV4 that I bought for her, and she was fine. So as they went on, they had a group of family friends, like they knew themselves. They all sort of married around about the same time. So these family went to Canada. There were 2 other families moved to the UK. And, I think they had 2 other families on ground. There's about 5 of them. So about 3 of the families broke off and, people make choices every day. People were moving abroad. So I think that must have triggered their thought process. Now, it started with this gentleman's wife. Babe, we should consider maybe we should go to the UK, this because of the future of the children. That $1 million statement. It's always the children, right? Because of the future. So the guy said, in the first instance, Phrankleen, I rejected the idea. I said, look, man, we don't have to live our lives to mimic anyone else's life. We're fine, we're blessed, we're making good money, we're comfortable. We don't have to struggle for bills and stuff, even though we still got goals, what do you want? You want me to upgrade your car? We can get rid of the RAV4, I'll buy you another one. If you want to go with the kids to Dubai, we can afford it, But the wife, she left the conversation for a bit. Some months went past and she came back to it. This, I think let's leave Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. So the guy said, because he has 3 other siblings from his side of the family, but the firstborn of their own family, his older brother, they were quite close. So he had this conversation with his older brother. So the older brother just said, hell no. The older brother lives in Nigeria. He has multiple successful businesses that he's running for himself. And the older brother sat him down, said, dude, you're already 42 now, and you're not doing bad. There were even diasporans that would love to have what you have on ground here in Nigeria, and that's a fact. And for those that have been watching me for a minute, I keep saying this. I keep saying that, but I'm going to come back to that later. Let me go through the stories. So the older brother kept hammering, said, dude, find a way to calm your wife down and talk sensibilities into her to at 42 to get rid of everything you've got here. You're making good money. She has an income too. You have a 3-bedroom house. What? Do you want to sell that house and go build something bigger? You can do that. But the wife kept banging on about this. Oh, so he went back home and said he told his wife, and all hell broke loose. She became sort of emotionally, subjected him to emotional blackmail. Why would you go discuss a sacred conversation with your older brother? Oh, that means you have a blatant disregard for me. So this guy said, nah, man, I just ran it by my older brother. It wasn't out of spite, towards you and all that. And then she kicked off. It became like the problem became really amplified. Dude didn't want to carry on fighting his wife and all that. Now, but he went back and told his brother, like, hey, yo, all hell broke loose because I told her that I had these discussion with you. So the older brother, said, oh, is that right? So he didn't say anything, and he found time. He drove to their house when this man was in there, and he sat the woman down and, hey, man, look, I'm not trying to break your home or anything, but my brother, my younger brother, he's done this and this and this and this himself. He's 42 now. In 8 years' time, he'll be a 50-year-old man. What is it, man? Why would you want him to throw everything away to go and restart in the UK? What's your perception of the UK? So this gentleman that was talking, he's well traveled. He comes to the UK on vacation. He's been doing that for years. He goes to the US. So he is someone that we can consider as he has a pretty good understanding of life in the West. So he tried to, be civil. He wasn't confrontational or anything. So she perched up and, she just went, well, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't think at the end of the day, you have your own marriage. You shouldn't be dictating and all that. So the older brother took offense to the way his younger brother's wife spoke to him. So he just backed off, right? And he told his brother, listen, man, I'm just going to leave you to deal with your family. So that led to another, fight. And eventually this dude just kept quiet. Long story short, I had to tell you all that so you have an insight into what the background was like. So I think this guy got to a point where he caved in, right? He caved in and he got rid of a 7-figure job that came with benefits. There are even multi-millions in Nigeria that would kill to make 3 million, 3.5 million naira a month. That's a fact. Multi-millions in Nigeria would kill to make that kind of money. So they filed, they came to the UK. So the arrangement was one of the family friends that was here were agreed after lengthy telephone and WhatsApp conversations and all that to help them with accommodation, even though this guy said, well, Phrankleen, I did what I could. I packed my money, and all that, and he brought everything here. And then they got here. He said the family were generous, but they could only give them a room. Remember, they got two children, right? Said at first there were 4 of them were sleeping in that one room. They had inflatable beds for the kids and all that stuff. So eventually, later on, they allowed their 2 young children to sleep in their own, children's room. They had to adjust for them. So they stayed with them for like a month and a half to. So he said, and this beat made me laugh. One of his children, the first one, I think, let me just put it that way, be energetic. You know how some children are, right? So this particular son of his started breaking things around these people's home. So he would break a couple of expensive sideboards, flower vases, he broke a frame, and then the one that broke the camel's back was he broke something, frame, like an oil painting that was quite expensive, smashed it, and then so the wife, basically his friend's wife, had enough, got a husband to give him an ultimatum to move on, because why? This is England, you can't do anything. They're kids, you can't touch someone else's child. And that child, I suspect, from the wording of the email, be of a nuisance. Some kids are like that, unruly, not properly equipped with good mannerism. They will misbehave and run ragged and destroy things. And it's always, Omadini Efisile. So that sort of like exacerbated things, and they had to move on. So the guy said, anyway, I had money on me anyway, so they moved out. They had to go rent. So they rented a place privately. And I don't know what the arrangement was, but he was meant to start a particular job when they landed. So I don't know. He didn't expatiate on that. But that fell through. So they were looking for other jobs and all that stuff. And they were spending all that he brought from Nigeria. And of course, Forex is beautiful when you're sending Forex home. When you convert your local currency to the Forex and then you're spending here, it's a totally different ball game, right? And they rented, and so desperation set in. The money that he brought was basically going down. So he said when they left Nigeria, I remember he said the day they were going to leave Nigeria, months prior, his older brother, remember, did not follow them to the airport because the older brother was absolutely disappointed, but he couldn't do anything. So he didn't follow them to the airport to say goodbyes or anything like that. So he just left. He ignored them. He stayed in his house and said his goodbyes over the phone and stuff. Now, here in the UK, he said we rented. He soon realized that renting a 2-bedroom, he, staying in London, right? Renting a 2-bedroom flat wasn't exactly sustainable without any proper, reliable income, right? So they were able to get a 1-bedroom, self-contained, with 2 kids. You can imagine they would barely have space, but they had to manage, right? Even at that, bang in the middle of London, a 1-bedroom flat by yourselves, that's a whole lot of bread. So very quickly, the Forex was, burning out, and he was trying to get back the wife. They weren't finding anything. So suddenly, the funds are, depleted and all that stuff. Now, so very quickly, funds had been depleted, and then there were massive arguments. Now, over time, whilst they were doing what they were doing, there were a couple of like family friends who were already here. They would sit down with them. They would have conversations. And usually, and this is the gospel truth, I'll say to you, man, there's always a lot of pressure on the man's shoulders. If you're a man, and this is not being biased or anything, you're a man, you got family, you got kids, particularly. Because of the societal formation, the bulk of the pressure to make money will sit on your shoulder, whether you like it or not. Especially when third parties are looking in, even internally within relationships, a bulk of the pressure sits with the man. You're expected to go out and hunt and provide. Now, dude is here, struggling, the funds gradually getting depleted. So people were advising him, get whatever job you can, get into something, just, get off the ground. And thank you, Adiola Ogunleye, 1,000 to 1,007 for 1 bedroom, of course. So it doesn't matter how much you've brought from Nigeria or from any other part of Africa. that fund will go very quickly. Oni àṣekún lówó. Now, people were telling him, get into, whatever it is you can to get the cash flowing. Now, there is a mental battle that will kick in, okay? So when you tell someone that, hey, you have to just get this factory job going, just get these maybe cleaning job or care job going for the time being, it's not as easy as it appears, right? So I think the issue of finance led to a major, like, cycles of several arguments between him and the wife. Now, so he got to a boiling point where he then had to take out the anger on the wife, that you're the one, because the wife was nagging, according to the email, that go and get whatever it is you can get. Oh, so what really set him ablaze was the wife said, oh, according to the email, the wife said, you're a lazy man, you don't want to do anything. So I don't think you can call a man that built a home in Africa, that, was bringing in close to 4 million naira or more, inclusive of benefits, in a calendar month, that bought his wife a car at some point, that built from scratch a 3-bedroom house. I don't think that those are the attributes of a lazy man. But, human nature, with the sense of selfishness, when it kicks in, you'll be surprised what people can come up with. So she was calling him lazy because he was refusing to take, and it's a psychological battle. I'm not going to go work in a factory or take these dirty jobs. So somebody found him. He said they found him a job with the local Royal Mail outlet to sort mails at night and all that. And he said, hell no, he wasn't taking the job. So they belonged to this local church, and he was talking to some gentlemen in there, and they were telling him about, get a SIA license. SIA license is basically a license that you need to get if you want to work in the security industry, that you wear like a badge and all that stuff. So he said he didn't want to work as a security guard, and as these society demands, rule number one, those monthly bills have got to be paid. Before we even talk about food shopping, taking care of the children and stuff, you've got to keep a roof over your head. And this is what I keep saying about when the reality when it sets in, sorry. So the wife started using words that would trigger him emotionally, as, oh, you're coming across as a lazy man, such and such, Mr. Such and such woman's husband, he had to take these care job or whatever, right? And the dude said he couldn't get to the point mentally to do any of those, nasty jobs and all that. Now, there was a particular night now that the argument reached a boiling point. The fight reached a peak, it got really explosive. And I think, I don't know, I can only go based on what he's written, right? But he said it reached a boiling point. He was frustrated because his wife kept on nagging and calling him lazy. And he was telling her that, why are you so quick to forget? Like, we've been together for years. You know what I was commanding in Nigeria. You pushed, you came up with the idea of relocating and stuff. And then she kept saying, oh, this is no longer Nigeria. This is the UK. You have to get whatever you can to you have to adjust. You have to be a man. And when you're hearing that every time, every day, every minute, every time there's argument, because finance is crucial, right? Because the more that your funds is getting depleted, the woman is seeing the security, financial security is disappearing day by day. and then you're being called lazy, you're being called unreliable. Now, this particular night, the argument reached a boiling point and it was pretty explosive. And the guy said he told his wife, because that you call me, I mean, I respect this gentleman for what I'm about to say. I respect this gentleman for even owning up, because I don't know him. I don't even know what he looks like. He said, I told her, I said, Phrankleen, I had enough. He said, at that time, I only had money left for like the next rent and a few hundreds of pounds. You know, the frustration was too much. Now, he said, he told her that if you bang on about this one more time by calling me lazy, a useless man and all that, I will slap you. In the heat of the moment whilst they were arguing, going back and forth. And he said he stormed into the bathroom to run water over his head. He sat on the edge of the bath and he just sat there, you know, very angry and fuming, having this reality check going on in his head. He closed the bathroom door. He said, whilst he was sat in the bathroom, the wife was in the living room. One of the kids was crying. She was also talking and all that stuff. He locked the door in the bathroom, sat there with water dripping from his head. And then he said, surprisingly, he got a loud bang on the bathroom door. Bam, 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 bam. Is Mr. Such and Such in there? Can you open the door, please? This is the police. What? You can imagine that moment. What? Bam, bam, bam. Can you open the bathroom door, please? We need to have a word. We need to talk to you. So he said he opened the bathroom door and there were 3 police officers standing there. So, hi. So they saw him and the officer said, you want to dry off your head and come outside, come have a chat with us. So he was stunned. He said, my heart started pounding, like, what the hell? So he dried off his head and he went into the living room to put on like just a pair of shoes or something. And they asked him to put on a jacket because it was bang in the middle of winter. So they said to put on something thick. So he was allowed to dress. He said whilst they were standing there, he picked, you know, a jacket and all that stuff and put on something to keep his feet warm. And then they escorted him outside and then they took him just like 2 doors down and just like to like a garden path, like for like the next house. So 2 police officers were talking to him. There were other police officers in the house with his wife. So he was explaining to them. He said, they said, your wife called us that she's afraid that you're going to kill her. So he was like, what? Said, hell no. Said, we had an argument. He said, he even told the police that, look, man, I was frustrated. I said, if you carry on calling me a lazy man, this and this and this and this. And this guy said he even showed them a voice note that he had previously sent to some of her relatives that they should tell her, you know, about calling him a lazy man and all that stuff. And he's useless. He is selfish. He's not catering for his family. So he explained everything that I've explained to you about his background, what he was earning in the banking, the finance, you know, industry and all that before he came to the UK. And he said, to be fair, the police officers, they gave him time to talk. They had their body worn camera on. It was blinking red as they normally do. And he explained and explained and he said, because funds has, you know, depleted a lot. So they asked him, they said, are you the one paying the rent or is it like a joint payment? He said, I've been the one paying the rent with all of the money that I brought from Nigeria and all that. So they went to, one of them went to speak to one of the other ones to verify that from the missus that, you know, and they said, yeah, he's been the one paying the rent and all that stuff. Okay, fair enough. So he said, I didn't. I said, if you carry on saying this, you're frustrating me that the wife has gone to everybody, third parties, people in the church, and telling them that, oh, he's refusing to take whatever job just to survive, to bring money in, blah, 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 blah. Because, okay, so the reason why she's unable to work as yet is because she's, he's, what do you call, man? So the reason is because she's looking after the children because of childcare and all that. So, as I was saying, the police officer, they kept him outside in the cold talking to him. The wife told the police officers that she feels threatened by him, and let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Sorry, 1 second. Valentine, please, I'll get back to you, okay? Please, I say respectfully. If it's about divination, I'll get back to you. You're in the queue, okay? Let's not disrupt the show, all right? All right, I'm with you. It will all. I said it at the start of the show. If you started the show with me, I already said it. Okay, please, thank you. But I'll get back to you. Okay, thank you. So, as I was saying, the wife said she feels threatened, and this is England. This when I talk about the cultural difference, particularly when you have young children. The police officers have got to be objective now. Even if they are very good as psychological experts, they can see that there is no physical violence or anything, but based on what's in front of them, they then have to make a decision. Bear in mind, this guy doesn't have any previous history with the police. There was nothing like that. So the guy said, Phrankleen, I have never seen this before. And he said, I broke down in tears, like, what? So the wife said, she feels threatened that she's not safe in that house with him and the children, blah, 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 blah. They asked him, do you have any friends that you can stay with? So he had to call, remember the people that he stayed with when they newly arrived in the UK, called the dude on the phone. The guy was aware. So the guy drove down and he said he actually tried to tell the police that, let me try to speak to the wife. The police wouldn't let him. They said, the reason why we've brought you here, he's brought you here, are you going to be able to take him in temporarily, just to let him stay with you and stuff? So the guy was forced to, they ushered this man back into the house, said, you can take some of your things, that you need for now. And thank you, Dune, for the super chat. You can take some of your things, and when you want to come back to pick the rest, will you let us know, we'll let her know, and blah, blah, blah. You can come and pick the rest of your items. So he packed his bag, and they wouldn't let him stand to talk to the wife. And he said, can I speak to her? He was burning, like, you threw me out type of thing. Now, the dude helped him to pack some bags, and he moved. So he was able to go stay there for like, he said he stayed with the guy for like a month-ish. So the police helped him. There was an expedited application to the local authority. And so the local authority were able to put him in a hostel. Now, the terrible part of this is, in order for him to then be able to survive, he had to take that factory job. It's crazy, isn't it? So he's working that factory job to survive now. Now, some might be quick to say, oh, he should have, he should have taken the factory job. Now, so that's where the story is, right? He said the wife, it led to a major chaos and confrontation between both families back in Nigeria, because his own parents and the siblings, their own family, they got really agitated, understandably so. And they ripped into the wife's family. It was very ugly, and He said it's led to, bad blood and all that. So he's in the hostel, right? He said even one of the things that scared him was there were two women and a police officer present one day. They came to see him, and they said, oh, they wanted to do some checks on him for like a while, and because they're concerned about his mental well-being. They're not exactly saying he's crazy, but they they're just concerned about his, mental well-being. They are basically coming at him because, you see, and that's one thing. Sadly, I hope people from back home, because when I talk about cultural shock, cultural difference, right, it goes deeper than those words. These system can absolutely tear your life apart like that. I'm telling you, man, because off the back of, say, there's a profile of somebody making allegations of, oh, they find you threatening and all that stuff, they can pick up on those paperworks and build a pseudo profile of a dangerous black man. Facts. And because where we, as Africans, we tend to wear our emotions on our sleeves. Like when we explode, we just explode. Sometimes it might just be all verbal stuff, right? When we are angry, we lash out and all that. They use that piping hot, emotional climaxing and getting pretty much enthusiastic, right? As you would appreciate, I've not heard anything from the wife, okay? So that's not the point, okay? We've not heard from the wife. That's that. Because I asked him, I said, do you have a criminal record? He said, no, I don't. Okay? So from that standpoint, it may be plausible. I believe him because I asked him. That's the best way that I could have tricked him. I said, were you charged with anything? He said, no, I wasn't arrested. I wasn't jailed. He said, it was actually the police that helped fast track my application. And he said, they visited me twice just to come and check on me, 5-10 minutes, and they stopped coming. They helped him to fast track his application to get into the hostel. So looking at it from that point of view, because the thing is, if he had been physically abusive and he had inflicted her with violence, right, it would have taken a different turn. You don't beat the crap out of a woman and she's got a couple of kids around her, and then the next thing the police will want to do is help you expedite an application to get accommodation. No, they are expediting your movement to go into the jailhouse. He's not in jail. He would have, thank you, Sam, he would have gone to jail. But I agree that there are two sides to a coin, and but does this happen? Absolutely. I'm not looking at this and saying, oh, maybe the guy's totally innocent, but yo, I'm going to tell you what I think. Now, this is what I've been saying to people. Sadly, there are a bunch of our folks, African brothers and sisters, actually, they're walking around every day living their daily life, that they don't even realize that they are victims of neo-colonialism. It's a very dangerous economic weapon, and a bunch of Africans they are victims of neo-colonialism. They are victims of colonialism. The worst part of it is the psychological damage. Let's put aside wanting to travel abroad. Everything about the black man's psychology, it's a generational thing, template of destruction, been destroyed mentally so much that everything that belongs to us, that belong to you, you see it as never good enough, not good enough, never good enough, secondhand. I must align with the white man's system. I must, before I can be regarded as been fulfilled or have done well in life. And this goes deep into our culture, our identity, how we raise our children, the thought process, obliteration of critical thinking from our children before they even get the chance to get into adulthood. We destroy the formative years of our children in Africa by robbing them of critical thinking, by sticking religion down their lungs. Because I keep saying it, neocolonialism is a dangerous economic weapon that has absolutely destroyed the minds of countless Africans. An African person can excel in the classroom, have a mountain of conventional education, educational qualifications and all that stuff. And they will still look at themselves as not good enough. We are the only race of people, black folks, that we are desperately willing to destroy, throw away all that we've worked for. I think it's absolutely commendable, given the economic challenges and well-known history in like Nigeria and all that stuff. If a man has excelled in a particular sector, has built but if you are in the abroad, you follow the rules. What's this one talking about, man? It's not about neocolonialism. What is this one talking about, man? Tolu Ogumefo, do you understand what neocolonialism is? Please don't do this, man. Because if look, it's a very sensitive topic for me. If you want to be a gatekeeper, I know many black folks like that. I don't care. Live your life. If you want to be a gatekeeper and defend your masters, you are on the wrong channel, because I will rip you to shreds. Okay? Bring to me a credible, sensible submission that we can all hopefully benefit from. If you are abroad, you follow the rules. What does that mean? What does that even mean? I'm talking about somebody being a victim of neocolonialism. Do you not know what that means? That a 42-year-old man who has worked for years in the financial sector in Nigeria is earning close to 4 million naira a month. What's the average salary here in London? Here in the UK, even in the US, what's the average salary? Do you understand me? He was able to build his own house. I don't know this gentleman. He was living in a gated house that he had a key to. Do you know how many diasporans, right, that are here right now watching me, and I don't mean that in a bad way, that would love to own a parcel of land in Nigeria or in Ghana, and they don't own any, not because they are bad people, but sometimes it's just a case of affordability. They haven't got money. They are too trapped in paying the monthly bills in the West that they barely have any savings. Millions. Fact. Do you know how many diasporans that would love to own homes and properties back in the motherland, that they can't even do it? US, the average salary for a family is 65,000 a year, but that's with 2 people working income. Of course, thank you, Love and Niger. Thank you. It's always the Negro that's at the door. Always. Very quick to rip their shirt and defending the masters. In the global economic structure, black folks are at the bottom. Fact. The West is a gynocentric system. It caters to women's feelings, wrong or right. Thank you for the super chat. The point I'm trying to make is that you will build a life for yourself back home. And man, people are like, you're ready. You want to just take everything that you worked for. You sell Let's play a little game. If you have a 3-bedroom bungalow built in Nigeria, for example, oh, and you don't want it anymore, yeah? You think it's rubbish. You're no longer interested. You can send me an email and say, Phrankleen, let's play a little game, and ask me to come on a live stream and ask people how many diasporans would want a key to a free 3-bedroom bungalow, and let's see people's reaction. Oh my jagbalo, where kia kia, they will snatch it within the two shakes of a dog's tail. Oh, thank you, Love and Niger. When I read these stories, hand on my heart, right? It breaks my heart, man. You have a key to your own yard. You have your own crib. I've met people that watch me on my channel, people in their 50s. There's a gentleman the other day. He's 54 this year. He's just about to start his foundation in Nigeria. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm telling you, man, he's 6 years away or less from turning 60. He's just about to build his first house. Like I was saying, let me land the point. Thank you, Sam Aaron, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. That we are so pig-headed. We are quick to throw everything that we've worked for in the motherland away. You're 42, yeah, let me go and start afresh. Start afresh where? Start afresh where? I don't know if Dinah is watching me. Dinah Kweme. Dinah is a content creator. She's a lovely content creator. You should go check out our channel. Dinah sent me a link on Instagram the other day. There is a content that I will try to react to in the course of the new week. It's about 4 gentlemen who left their jobs. And you see some of these people glamorizing factory job. The UK is very good. My blood was boiling. You know, this, everything, the road is good. It's called illusion of inclusion. How many black folks are at the top? I mean, what I'm saying is, this is not what I'm saying. If you want to be here, be here. Iwolomo. Okay? But that you destroy and fling everything. You come here, I work for now, I work for Amazon, and, I go through hundreds of parcels per day, sorting them out, and yeah, the Lord is good. I think you are back in mad. You are living like a god in your motherland. Africa is where life started from, yeah? You had people working for you, people on your payroll. And then you come here, the Amazon. We are the only set of people that have normalized suffering. We're only race of people that we try to sell these package to other people. Accept these rubbish as your reality. You try to tell people, like, Amazon more for now. Give God the praise. You give God which praise? There's that video that Dinah sent to me. I'm going to react to in the course of the week. There was a gentleman that I love in that particular video. I'm going to share it with you guys. He was on the left. He had a black hat. The brother was raging. He was trying to pick his words. You see this one, romancipating factory job. You know, this country, the thing about the UK is, the thing, etikbo be legally the ghetto was the UK. You lot are already heading into the evening part of your life. Then you came here to restart your life working in a goddamn factory, and you threw your life away. Yeah. Why is it that black folks are the only one that come here and you've got to start as a factory worker? You built a life for yourself and you have to throw it away. Why? I can understand if somebody's young in their prime, They have nothing going for them, and maybe and then they've come to the West and go to uni, and then they're trying to build their feet in, find a job. I can understand. They were like everything that has an advantage also has a disadvantage. This is what I'm saying. If I start to talk about Ifa now, some of these people would say, oh, I'm trying to, I don't care, I will speak my truth. This is why I keep telling people, I'm begging you, man, it comes from a place of passion. Look, these are broad things. Somebody like me, I'm on my way out. I'll just hint you. Look, are we going to see you speaking like this from the motherland? Go, Roro, let me tell you, man, don't worry about my personal life. If you like, pick the message. If you like, hold your touchlight and focus on Phrankleen. You see, before I read your comment now, I just said, somebody like me, I'm on my way out. You don't need to mark on the calendar the day you see me. And that's the problem. You have a gatekeeping mentality. You would rather, and that's the problem with Negroes. That's why a bunch of you will never in your lifetime progress. Because you know why? You like people to lie to you. You don't like the truth. Take Nigerians, for example, lie to them that the roads of England is paved with gold. They want to hear the lies. Tell them the reality. Oh, you don't want them to make it in life. Oh, you are trying to block them. I grew up in this system. I came here when I was a youngin. Figuratively speaking, I had my mother's breast milk desperately wet on my lips. I was young. When I came here more than 2 decades ago, I was young. Me old monk, I knew nothing about life. So, Phrankleen, when are you going to see you in Nigeria? Sit there. Sit there, be monitoring Frankleen's life. Even if I move tomorrow to the motherland, you think I'm going to come to your house to come and tell you that I've moved? If you don't know, I'm living my life in full alignment with my Ori. I told the guy the other day on the live stream, the plans, my personal plans, you don't know. You just probably would find it. It would unfold. I'm telling you, man. Abidemi, thank you, bro, for the super chat, man. When I was in Nigeria, in Avery, what's up? When I was in Nigeria in February, I remember when I bumped into a lady, right? She sells children's clothings, women's clothings, accessories, and all that. She has a shop in a popular area, part of Ibadan. Dune. Thank you, man. And she was asking me, she said, Mr. Phrankleen, I'm thinking I should shut down my 2 shops. She has 6 sales girls working for her. She said, I've always wanted to just go to America. Truth be told, my mouth was wide open. And I said, hey, offer ta business here. She drives a Range Rover. I said, why? She said, I just always like the American vibe. I said, what do you mean American vibe? Have you ever been to the States? She said, no, but it's neo-colonialism. I spent nearly an hour speaking to that lady. I can't tell you for a fact if she agreed with me or not. She was just nodding her head. I'm telling you, man. I feel sorry for this particular brother. You see, let me get a bit red-pilled about this. Let the red pill come out of me. I'm going to give it to you, man. I don't care who's going to get upset. I'll give it to you raw. If you're hearing me particularly, I'm saying this from the point of view of a man. If you're watching me right now, you're a brother. If you're in Africa, you have a woman that's just blindly telling you to throw everything that you've worked for away. Maybe not even in Africa. Let's just go. Start thinking of how to cut them off. Because nobody likes a poor man. Nobody likes a poor man. You see, that brother, he threw everything away, man. He came here. when you're broke, there's no money and all that, frustration kicks in. He was arguing, fighting and fighting and fighting. The same woman did what? I can bet from the people that the woman was speaking to. This is not a new story. You don't need Phrankleen to tell you this. They must have told, call the police, throw him out so that you can claim benefits, so you can get X amount of money for your children, so that this. This is the story of plenty of people in the diaspora. And that's not to say if there is domestic violence involved that I'm sat here enabling that. Definitely not. But there are many men who have thrown away a truckload. Not is she fair? They've thrown their lives away and they would never regain the balance. You understand? It happens every day in the West. In fact, this man was lucky that he had a friend that was able to even take him in, come stay with us for another month before you can go into your hostel. What if you have nobody in the UK that can take you in? Take you into my house. What if he had nobody? Do you understand? It could have gotten worse for that man if he came across a really devilish set of police officers. They could have amplified the story. They could have targeted him as an innocent black man. They could have exacerbated the situation. He could have found himself behind bars with false allegations. They could have absolutely destroyed him. Again, I'm not backing any man who is genuinely wrong or have inflicted somebody with violence or actually poses a threat to someone. But what I'm telling you is there is an agenda in the West to obliterate black men, to destroy the lives of innocent black men, to emasculate them, okay? So if you throw a man or your man under the negative spotlight of the authorities, they're usually not nice. The authorities in the West are not in the business of helping you keep your family unit together. They are not in the business of, hey, woman, slow down. Let's offer you free counseling. No. You've got 2 young children. Come on, don't do that. Let's help you to amalgamate your emotions and build your life. You throw your partner under the negative spotlight, the authority will smash that unit to smithereens. I'm a fussy way from uni. And whilst you are enjoying your momentary gratification that he has been slammed in prison, remember, your children are going to suffer, fatherless. That would affect them growing. There are so many implications. I'm telling you, man. That's why I keep going back, man. Because do you know how many people that I've met? Frustrated men in their 50s. They just sat here. There was nothing, zero fulfillment. They regret that they've lost everything back home. They are trapped here. Oh, yon G are gone. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I told you, Buru. The universe aligns with you and you are able to build. And you, because I want to go make the future for my children. Who told you that the future of your children is based on the fact that you have been able to evacuate them from Nigeria or Ghana or whatever and bring them to the UK? I've seen someone who brought their daughter from Nigeria. The mom and dad, they've been in this system for long, had no papers, they struggled and struggled. Eventually, they were able to file for them. The daughter came here within 6 months. She just, boom, picked up criminal record, got in a fight. She was caught with a knife within 6 months. The heart attack of that incident killed her mother. I mean, that's, that case is unique to that family. But this idea that with our own hands, we're desperately ready to destroy all that we have worked for, man. Black folks, you're ready. You're doggone hell bent. Everybody and their mama, you want to go to the West. What if the West is not even meant for you? That's why when I tie this back to spirituality, because we're spiritual beings. I didn't used to talk a lot about spirituality, right? Then I found African spirituality. I found Ifa. I'm a proud practitioner. I'm an initiate. This is why I talk about it, man. You see, I can assure you, given this outcome, if that man had done a predestination check to about to die, Lodi, I'm telling you, man, he would have seen, don't go, stay where you are. Let me tell you this. From all the divinations that I've dealt with so far, plenty of people that have submitted their divination stuff, so far, I think I've seen about what? 19. Yeah. Whereby the Ifa priest have said to them that your blessings, your fulfillment is desperately waiting for you in Africa. Some of them are Nigerians, Cameroonians, a Tanzanian, somebody from Gambia. I'm telling you, why are we doggone crazy? And these systems that we are dying for every day, we are being tolerated. It's not designed for us. This is why I get infuriated about these black folks. They're quick to go, yeah. Oh, you think I don't know about the amenities in the West? That's why when you're talking to somebody who is not spiritually awake, they will be telling you about how good, how well paved the roads in London, or the National Health Services. If the universe is telling me that Nigeria is the place for me, who cares if the roads in England are paved with gold? You can have diamond paved roads in England. If you're not meant to be in England, you will never be fulfilled. This is what I'm saying. Neocolonialism has absolutely destroyed the minds of a lot of folks, man. There are some black folks actually back home, right, that get it, that they're not stupid. They're not going to throw all they've worked for to come and sit in England or in the US. But the number of those people compared with the ones, there are people that are ready to kill, man. The grass is not always greener and easier. You're right. I just hope somebody can pick something from this. I just hope you can pick something from this, man. Chilling in a certain Eurozone country for a couple more years, then boom, heading back to mama. The best time in one's life to come to the Western world should be at 20 to 26 years of age. Yeah, if it's an ideal place for you. You would rather be in Tanzania than Nigeria. Do whatever that works for you. There's no script or rule in law that says you have to be in Nigeria. Just make sure that your Ori aligns with being in Tanzania. You see, when people talk about, I'd rather be in Ghana. Sometimes, yes, I get it. I understand why you want to be in a certain area, why you would want your children to grow in the UK, sensibly speaking. But we're spiritual beings. Okay, let me shock you. There was a woman paid for divination, and she asked me to check the Ifa priest to check certain things for herself and her 3 children. The divination outcome said the firstborn is having ongoing challenges in the UK because he's not meant to be here. And guess what? He was born here. Ifa said he is destined to be great and iconic in Nigeria. Now, let's use the word logically speaking, as humans, as educated, smart people. If we bang our heads together, there are smart persons who sit down and say, oh, that dude was born here, why should he go and sit in Nigeria with all the tribal blah, 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 with all this? I get that. Oh, the road network, I get that. But if your Ori aligns with a particular location and the universe is beckoning, there's nothing you can do about it. You will never prosper in England. This is not about the accumulation of university qualifications and how educated you think you are. You can turn your back to it, you can put on earplugs, you can run in under the cave, you will never. No, they wouldn't. Okay? They wouldn't. Do you understand? I will say it again. Don't worry, man, I've blocked the cunt. I will say it again, okay? You see, when people say, oh, people will get the message the day you yourself, okay? My personal plans is none of your bloody business. That's why I blocked you, okay? Focus on the message. Don't allow your blood to get hot, okay? Don't start getting angry. What I'm telling you, you can't go against me because it's the truth. The people will believe you the day. No. If you like, don't believe. Let me tell you a little secret. There's about 830 people watching right now. If one person is able to get emancipated and mentally illuminated, I would have done an amazing job with this live stream. Do you understand? So you can run your mouth like a tap and bang your head against the wall in your house and feel crazy about me. I don't know you. I probably will never even see you. That's your bloody business. Again, that's the gatekeeping mentality of black folks. You and I have a common global enemy. You understand? I am an emancipator. Getting mad at me and writing in caps lock and putting red-colored exclamation mark, it's just good. It's nothing. You're wasting your time. Yeah, so when are you going to Africa? She buy a lo mummy was England me. She ya lo mara ticket for me. I be ya lo be me. So when are you going to Nigeria? It's just, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Oh, you think I'm going to discuss my personal plan? No, it's true. Is your mother feeding me or your dad the one that's going to, cater for my kids and my wife and my family? Why do you desperately need that data? Why? Because you are irritated by the message. And I'm not going to distort the message because you've chosen to generate, these mental earplugs. Or do you think I care? No. I have that mental resilience. I will always put the message. So one day you might just wake up and you find me in Africa. Like, oh, hang on, this dude is living in Africa. Oh, wow, interesting. Who are you to talk to me about timetable? If you are that mad because of the message, I keep saying it, go and watch something else. I am not your problem. I never will be. Oh, me or anybody. I don't have a filter. My message, I would never distort it just because some black people, their blood is getting hot. You feel uncomfortable. You think the West is designed for you? When you talk about the bad roads and governmental problems, right? Everything, when you trace it back, it traces back to colonialism. And that's not justifying the poor performances of the present government or individuals that occupy governmental positions, right? But they are puppets. Again, that's not to justify their failings. They are puppets. They are fraternal brothers that are controlled at the pinnacle of affairs. They are puppets. They were installed. So whilst you might have a bit of a brilliant bank account, right? And because you live in the West, you've accumulated some money and stuff, but let me educate you in that regard. If you have £200,000 saved, you have a lovely house in Kent, you live in a gated community, good for you. Actually, good for you. I celebrate you. But that's not a representation of the wider black community. If I have £10,000 to my name, that's not a representation of the wider black community. Some of these black folks, the reason why they reason this way is you taste a bit of comfortability and you become snobs. You understand me? I blocked you, talk, man. Keep coming with your nonsense. My block, yani. You don't understand. You can't come to my channel and draw a battle line. The more you come, the bigger my horns grow. You understand me? Go to your masters. Go to the gate of your slave masters, right? For once in your life, you pathetic black folks. I understand there are fantastic black folks watching me, but those of you that behave like charlatans, go to the gate of Downing Street in London, right? Go to the gate of Biden in the US. Take your concerns to them. Oh, wait, you wouldn't take your concerns to them because they're your masters. You hide behind a faceless YouTube account you're typing in caps lock. You have nothing to offer the black race. You're drawing battle lines with some YouTube guy who is expressing himself. I have no filter. You should know me by now. You ain't got nothing to offer the black race. You're coming here. But buy don't bore me. What do you do? Yalla yai. You think I care? Amongst ourselves, you see all these people. See all these ones that are typing in caps lock that are running their mouth and typing this nonsense. Wait till you're struggling with your rent and call them and ask them for help. Hello, bro. Can I sleep on your couch for a month? And then you will see the true brotherhood in them. Let's see what they are made up of. Black people that we don't even like ourselves. That's the reason why, in terms of a unit, economically, that's why we are struggling. Because we're very selfish. Amongst ourselves, people don't want to see themselves prosper. A little bit of progress, they don't want you to have it. Come here. Instead of you, I would love, in fact, I can give you the platform to talk. Instead of you to come here with really nice contribution that people can take their notepad and pen and they can pick bullet points and they can be like, that's wonderful, that's brilliant. You come here, you start attacking me. Do you think I care? If you want to meet, if you're here, yeah, some of you that are so pathetic, if you want to meet me in person, I'm telling you right now, if you want to meet me in person away from this platform, let me know. Let's pick a coffee shop, right? Come with me into a public domain. Bring that foolishness. Let's film it and put it on YouTube. Don't need to daru. Do you know how many people, do you know how black folks are? I look at, because I'm come on, man. I'm black and proud, man. I love my people. I see these things all the time. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. Built that life for himself, threw everything away for what? Ended up in a hostel. Some factory job. Baby 4 million. Do you know how many diasporans that don't even have 4 million? Expression of self is not prohibited on this platform. It's stupidity and hate that we detest. Thank you, Akwetombi. And I'm going to say one more thing. It's these black folks, these ones that are coming here, that are saying all this nonsense. If you put a white man in this chair to say exactly what I'm saying, they'll be like this. This man is speaking the truth. There's this white guy that is on YouTube. Let me send you this video on WhatsApp. That's how some of our people call WhatsApp. On the WhatsApp, this white guy, he really knows Africans, you know? This white, deep down inside, you know what they're doing? Oh, master. If I'm talking to you about Ifa, if I'm talking to you about African spirituality, you see those morons that will come here, yeah, these are your Ifa there. If a white man sits here, or a Chinese man sits here to talk about Ifa, There's a Chinese man. There's this man, he's Chinese. If you see the way he's talking about Rumila, they will share the video to the ends of the planet. Of course. That's why you see people, they get excited. That's why you see some bottom of the barrel white guy from England that can't even do stand-up comedy in a room full of 10 people, right? He learns to speak a bit of Yoruba. He comes to Nigeria. He sells a whole venue. Because why? It's the mental conditioning. That's why when you go to Nigeria, you see the airport officials. It's across Africa. The inferiority complex is unbelievable. You can see a toothless white man like this. Like this. They will come to Nigeria with their missing teeth. And at the airport, they get a red carpet welcome. And you, an educated black man or black woman, their own brother, they would treat you like a criminal. Everybody in the buru. Yeah. When you both princess, you see all them white folks, they're dying hard to sound like us, and then they generate tons of content on the platform, and you see them. We're praising them all because they don't look like us. Oh, they're trying to sound like us. Oh wow, this white guy is speaking Yoruba language. This is wonderful. Black folks, we have no allies. And you are your own number one enemy. What the hell, man? Yeah. Somebody comes from another race, another country. They speak rubbish about. They take a bit of your what do you call it now? Pidgin. They can't even speak it properly. You get excited. Look at this Oyinbo man. Let me send it to you on WhatsApp. Let me send it to you on WhatsApp. Oh, this Oyinbo man is speaking Yoruba. And then your own children are speaking the same Yoruba language. You're telling them, keep quiet. That's vernacular. Oh, that's don't you dare. Tyrese, yes, mommy. Don't speak Yoruba in this house. Tyrese, call. Boys to men. That's facts, man. Am I lying? So I'm gonna close on this note, man. Don't worry about me when I get a little heated up, man. That's my nature, man. Don't you see you black folks, if you like, create 1,000 YouTube accounts. You will meet me here. Ma deal pẹ̀lú yàrá yàyín, ṣé lórí yín burú ni. You will, on this channel, you will learn sense. I will excavate foolishness from your brains. I'm not the one to mess with. So I know some of you have limited vocabulary. You can take that out on the people that raised you. So when are you planning to get to Nigeria? Which mama be me? What kind of nonsense is that? You expect me to talk to somebody with a faceless account about when I'm moving to Nigeria? What? For your own gratification because you feel uncomfortable about trying to emancipate my people. I think you are part of the problem. If that message actually irritates you that much. Yeah, a lot of these black folks, man, they suffer from judgmental poverty. They come over here, start talking nonsense. The black people that made it to the top in the West, that should be the voice for the black community, all of them, they've fraternized, they've sold out. They are busy eating with both sides of their mouth, with their masters. They are at the table with them. Those of us that wouldn't sell out, you would come here with your tiny little pocket knives, figuratively speaking, you're trying to draw battle lines. With your fish brain, you're trying to attack me. Come on, bro. Get a life. The story is, Look, man, don't throw your lives away because of the West, man. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. If you're back home, on a final note, and you're contemplating coming here, I got news for you. There are plenty of diasporans. You see, we look fresh. Reason why we look so fresh is because of the weather, right? Because of the weather around here, we're so fresh. Sometimes the facial freshness, the look, does not mirror what the bank balance is saying for plenty of diasporans. That's a fact. So if I drop on the soil of Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon, because the climate is hotter, it's understandable. I'm just, oh, Frankleen's from the UK. I may not even have £500 in savings. And you are there, you're trying to sell your bungalow, you're trying to throw your businesses away, get rid of your staffs, you sell your cars because you want to go to the UK. So you get here and then you get a job with Amazon. You're telling me, they are trying to bring you down. They can't. They can't bring me. If me and you, I am an emancipator. You can't bring me down. It's impossible. You don't understand. I was called to do this. I'm only just starting my journey, man. Bring me down. Ẹni ọ̀rẹ́ tí àti sọ alákọ̀ọ́ni. Wọ́n tó bá porí mi níbi Ifá ló máa pa ẹ́ dànù ní wéréwéré. Ó máa fọ́ ojú inú ẹ àti títà dànù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n tó bá lóṣù ti ọ̀rọ̀ mi, orí ìlóṣù yẹn ni Ifá ti máa pa ẹ́ dànù. O ní rí bá ti ṣe ò ní rọ́nà gbégbà. Èmi mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó o bá robi sí èmi Oyèdèjì ọmọ Awódíyà, ibi ló máa jálù ẹ tọmọtọmọ tayátayá. Èmi Adé ni mo sọ fún ẹ. Ifá lèmi bá dúró. So if you're in the business of trying to bring me down, you have a battle with Ifa, the universe. Oh, Lib, you can't bring me down. It's impossible. I've been through hell. I've been through quite a lot of challenges, man, and I'm still standing, and I will always stand. So if you're in the business of trying to bring me down, you have the universe to contend with. You don't share. Me and you, Ifa. Ọkùnrin méje, ọkọ àpètàn bí. Thanks, Phrankleen, for speaking facts without fear. We know, man. There's no fear. How did you forget Yoruba living? Yoruba, I'm a Yoruba man. If I let it, man. I love you, my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Please, look, all I'm trying to say is, man, we have to undo these things, this neo-colonialism, the colonized mindset. It's also, keep up the good work, Akbe the Farms. My brother, bro, I'm going to email you, man. It's been a while, man. Keep up the good work. We need to be having more of these conversations. Africa remains my territory, my G. Akbe the Farms, man, lovely bro, man. He was the one that came here. Some of you don't know him. He came here a while back to talk to us about catfish business. The brother is doing very well in the motherland. Based in the States, but he's always in Nigeria with a nice catfish business. Thanks, Phrankleen. Good to hear. If you haven't, you go and look through my videos. You see my video with him about catfish business, a priceless knowledge that he shared with us. Just make sure, man. All right? Check with the universe. Look at your predestination. If you're in the motherland, even if you're here, do you know how many people that have been coming? That's why, if you're waiting for the outcomes of your Ifa divination, forgive me, you're going to get them this week. I'm pushing hard for it, okay? There's so many outcomes, man. That's why people can leave through their primes and zero fulfillment. Everybody is meant to be prosperous in whatever way the universe is designed. But are you in the right location? Are you with the right partner? Do compatibility checks. How can a man build a 3-bedroom bungalow, have a 7-figure sum in Nigeria? You're doing well. You threw everything away. You came here. You ended up getting thrown out of the house and ending up in a hostel with a factory job. You want to tell me that's normal? That's not normal, man. That man, the day he stepped on that flight, he stepped into a trap. Spiritually, that is. Everything that was taken off. His older brother could see the light. Why would you do that? And there's another thing about discrimination within the job industry, even in the West. You're 42. They're not going to consider you like they would consider a fresh person in their 20s or perhaps early 30s. Where are you going to start from? At 42, you're 8 years or less away from 50. I'm telling you, B. I think the advantage of those trolls is they get me fired up. I was trying to be mellow with this chat and, really mellow, but they had to come put their hand in my mouth, man. And, But that's the story, man. Thank you for this super chat. If you haven't, follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, as it's spelled on this channel. Look, I do not apologize for my passion, for my pro-blackness. I do not. I'm going to say it again. If you don't like me, I understand I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you don't like me, don't come and indulge in personal attacks. I mean, you see a gorgeous and really delicious black man like this, and you want to poke me with your foolishness. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you don't like me, maybe because of my dream, I'm too gorgeous for you to be able to align with. Go watch something else, man. You know what they say about self-love? I am my own number one fan. Oh, you don't think I'm gorgeous? You ever seen a black man this sexy? Have you ever? Have you ever seen any YouTuber this gorgeous? Have you ever? No, say the truth, man. Have you? I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Hey, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and hit the bell button. Select the all option. Phrankleen, it's true there is a white Brazilian man speaks Yoruba and practices Ifa. He opened the center for practice only for a few blacks. So all white Brazilian blacks have taught them. All right. Thank you very much. Most definitely, I'll catch you in the very next one. Peace and love, man.